Good evening and welcome to the news. First, the headlines. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq issues 2 royal decrees. The Muscat Municipal Council reviews protection system from the risks of wadis, dams and rainwater drainage projects. And 334 million Omani riyals is the commercial and industrial investment volume in the governorates of Dhofar during first quarter of the current year. Those are the headlines, and now the news in detail. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq issued 2 royal decrees. Royal Decree number 21/22 on ratifying the agreement between the government of the Sultan of Oman and the government of the People's Republic of Bangladesh on mutual exemption from visa for the holders of diplomatic, special service and official passports. Article 1 ratifies the agreement as per the attached format. Article 2, this decree shall be published in the Official Gazette and come into effect from the date of its issue. Royal Decree number 22/2022 on endorsing Sultan of Oman joining to amend Convention on the Physical Protection of Nuclear Material according to the attached format. Article 1 endorses the Sultan of Oman joining to amend the Convention on the Physical Protection of Nuclear Material. Article 2 instructs the bodies concerned to deposit the document of the Sultan of Oman's joining the above-mentioned convention in accordance with its provision. Article 3, this decree shall be published in the Official Gazette and come into force from the date of its issue. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tariq sent cable of greetings to Her Excellency President Samia Hassan of the United Republic of Tanzania on her country's National Day. His Majesty the Sultan received a cable of thanks from His Excellency President Alexander Vučić of the Republic of Serbia on reply to his message greetings cable on his country's National Day. In continuous efforts towards government digital transformation by the Sultan of Oman, the Municipal Council of the Governorate of Muscat in its 4th meetings of the year got acquainted with the Digital Transformation Program 2021 through 2025 in light of the 2040 vision to enhance national economy. The Municipal Council also reviewed their recommendations towards the rainwater prevention system in Muscat Governorate and the urgence of having dam projects and rainwater drainage channels in place. The meeting was headed by His Excellency Sayyid Saud bin Hilal Al-Musaidi, Minister of State and Governor of Muscat, Chairman of the Municipal Council. The Technical Committee to prepare the unified drawings for Wadi tracks held its 6th meeting, which reviewed the executive plan to draw up the drawings and mathematical model drawings, as well as digital elevations for some wadis. The draft governor's guide for the procedures required to be applied by the concerned authorities to achieve the principle of complementary was also reviewed. They also followed up the preparation of the unified central database for relevant studies and research. The Ministry of Endowments and Religious Affairs launched the first version of Muscat Quran in Braille for the blind and the endowment initiative Maqam, which aims to provide temporary homes to families exposed to emergency conditions. The ceremony was sponsored by Her Excellency Dr. Layla bint Ahmed Al-Najjar, Minister of Social Development.
Provide an opportunity for more than 26,000 blind people to read the Quran and keep a copy of the Holy Quran, the Ministry of Endowment and Religious Affairs inaugurated Muscat Braille Mushaf for the blind by printing 1,000 copies of this Mushaf.
The initiative of Maqam Endowment is an initiative that is aimed in order to create temporarily residential accommodations for families and members of society during cyclones and environmental challenges whenever the need persists and is required. And this has happened in collaboration with real estate owners in order to create temporarily residential units that will cater to this requirement and need during such crisis.
The ceremony also included the inauguration of the Endowment Initiative Maqam, which falls under the umbrella of the Ministry of Endowment and Religious Affairs, and it's a unique community initiative that aims to provide temporal and adequate housing for needy families who have been racked by life conditions and no longer have the ability to find adequate housing.
The aim of this initiative of the Ministry of Endowments and Religious Affairs is to bring the Holy Book, Al-Quran, to the blind community in the Sultanate of Oman, which will allow 26,000 of the blind community to read and study the Quran easily by Mushaf Masqat.
The initiative also included signing a community partnership and solidarity with one of the real estate owners to allocate part of the housing facilities as an endowment to the Maqam initiative, based on the principle of cooperation and encouraging institutions and individuals to do so.
The total volume of commercial and industrial investments in the Governorate of Dhofar reached 334 million Omani Riyals during the first quarter of the current year. The number of foreign investments companies in the Governorate exceeded 4,000 companies with investment volume of approximately 1.6 billion Omani Riyals. Invest Easy portal contributes in facilitating and simplifying procedures, which enables investors and entrepreneurs to apply for the required licenses and information to take advantage of the available investment opportunities in the Governorate. Now for some international news, Ukraine's regional military in the city of Zaporizhzhia has been strengthening in the defensive lines by digging trenches to help ward the Russian offensive. Zaporizhzhia, a regional military administration spokesman, said that the city must be protected from all possible directions because of the enemy was insidious. The administration's head said new fortification will save the lives of Ukrainian soldiers. Ukrainian President Volodymyr Zelensky said Russia did not allow people to leave the occupied territories of the Kherson and Zaporizhzhia regions during the Easter holidays, widely celebrated in both countries. Zaporizhzhia lies some 227 kilometers to the northwest of the besieged southern port city of Mariupol, where fierce fighting between Russian forces and the last Ukrainian offenders is ongoing. As a 2-week-long COVID lockdown continued in Shanghai, China, companies sought new ways to make sure that their products arrive at ports to be exported. Shanghai reported more than 19,000 new infections and 51 deaths in the latest 24-hour period, pushing its death toll from the ongoing outbreak to well over 100. Virus-related restrictions have affected road traffic and freight, which is forcing companies to shift to railway transportation for their goods. Companies are now using what's called ocean railway transportation to send containers to nearby rail hubs before they're sent by trucks to their destination port. The current wave of outbreaks has sent the Chinese financial hub of 25 million residents into a lockdown since the end of March and shutting down businesses. This is the Sultan of Oman television. Before tonight's bulletin, here are the main points once again. His Majesty Sultan Haitham bin Tarif issues 2 royal decrees. The Muscat Municipal Council reviews protection system from the risks of wadis, dams and rainwater drainage projects. And 334 million Omani Riyals is the commercial and industrial investment volume in the Governorate of Dhofar during the first quarter of the current year. And with that, we come to the end of tonight's news bulletin. From Overseas Newsroom and the studios, good night.